So how does mental activity have an effect on your digestion? This is an interesting but tricky aspect of, the conversation about damp. So we also understand that the spleen is about digestion, but it's not just your food, it's about digesting anything. And that also includes any information that you're taking into the body. On a slightly more esoteric level, there's a certain kind of spiritual aspect of the spleen that's called the yi, and that is said to reside in your mind, and it governs your intelligence. And so if you're digesting a lot of information, say, students at high school or university students, I definitely feel that, or anybody that is working in a vocation where you're taking in so much information every day, that is also kind of the same as taking in food into your body. So the spleen is governing all of that is being digested. And so if the mind never gets a chance to rest, then this also plays into how damp might be created in the body. And for some people, this is really difficult because they might have a constant series of thoughts in their mind that are just ruminating over and over. Even if they are not doing any work and they're resting at home or they've got a day off, the mind is just churning over thoughts, and particularly if those thoughts are of a worrying or pensive nature. So you might have the most incredible diet and it might be all the soups and the stews and no cold and no liquid, but your mental activity is just constant. This is really challenging. So for people that have that kind of mental state, it's important for them to just try and discover activities or places where they can actually give their mind rest. And this might be through some kind of meditation. Sometimes I recommend that people explore being guided into a yoga nidra where the mind actually gets some respite from planning and thinking and churning over things that have happened in the past and things that haven't quite happened in the future, because the mind is intimately linked with the gut. And we already know this now in Western literature. There's a huge connection between anxiety or depression and gut health. That's a little bit more connected to how the gut creates serotonin, but still, there's definitely a link. So damp being created in the body has many aspects to it. What kind of environment do you live in? What do you put in the body? And when do you get time for your mind to actually rest?